Cassette Vision, the shitty system. Play very blocky games. Insert your rocket into a big spaceship. Cut trees, because who cares about nature? Shoot some aliens. Play a green thing. Play another green thing. Cassette Vision, the shitty system. If you have 7 games, you have the full set. Play a crappy Donkey Kong clone or a shitty Pac-Man. Shoot in space but never hit. Piece of trash. Piece of trash. No, it's super cool. Wow, Cassette Vision. If you have 7 games, you have the full set.
Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we're gonna talk about a strange little video game system, Japanese one, which is called the EPOCH Cassette Vision. I made already a few videos about this system on my French channel. So this is kind of a series where we are testing the full set of the game available for the Cassette Vision. It's one of the smallest full set existing in the world for video game systems, so it's quite easy to have all the games for it. And as I'm recording the videos first in French and then in English, well, this video is kind of the middle of a series that I started on the French channel. So if you want to see the beginning, you can go to my French channel and activate the subtitles, or you can maybe ask me in the comments if you want me to do these past videos again in English, so you can discover maybe the first games. So maybe very quickly I will introduce the Cassette Vision to you. It's a Japanese video game system released in 1980 only in Japan. EPOCH was a kind of leader of a video game market in Japan until the Nintendo Famicom came out in 1983, and they had quite a success with their previous gaming system, first with their Pong system, then the baseball dedicated system, and then the Space Invader dedicated system called Battle Vader. I talked about all these systems in my French videos too, so you can go there and watch them if you want. And the Cassette Vision is quite special because it's their first cartridge-based system, and it inherited from a lot of specifications from their previous systems. For example, you know, these dials here, which take a lot of place on the system case, come from their Pong system. It used to move the bat in the ball and paddle games, and though it takes a lot of place on the console itself, it's in fact only used with one cartridge, which is the cartridge number 4, Big Sports 12, which offer a lot of, well, like Pong games. And there's no other cartridge using these big pedals, so it's a bit of shame. Here you have the joysticks for player 1, and you can only move from left to right, and you've got 2 action buttons called push 1, push 2, and there is another lever, joystick, for the player 2 that you can use to go left or right, and again with 2 action buttons. But in fact, it's crazy because there are no cartridges offering 2-player games. But they surely plan, you know, to develop games for 2 players, but this never happened. So this is merely used in the games. Some of games use the 4 buttons, you know, like you're playing left, right, but only using 1, 2, 3 or 4 buttons for the player 1. Or sometimes some games let you play with this side if you're righter and this side if you're like using your left hand. This hole here is used for the light gun, which again is only used in the cartridge number 4. In the 12 games offered on this cartridge, only 4 are used by the light gun that you plug it in here. But that's all, no other cartridge is using the light gun. Useless. This little lever here is called course is only used for the baseball game. This is directly inherited from their baseball dedicated system released a few years before. This was used, you know, to select in which direction you are throwing the ball. So it's a bit of a shame because most of the controls you find of the Cassette Vision are merely used in the games themselves. And this is why in 1983 they released the Cassette Vision Junior, which is a cost-reduced version of the original Cassette Vision. And on this console, they removed everything that was not useful, like the dials or the second player joystick. So on this console, you only find kind of a joystick here for the player one, and the 4 buttons that were used for some games like push 1, push 2, push 3, push 4, that are here, but that are arranged in a cross shape. This is more useful because on the cassette vision, the player could only go left or right. But there are some games, like the one we will test today, that you need to go up or down. So this is maybe what should have been the cassette vision from the start. Okay, in my series of French videos, we stopped at number 7, and today we're gonna test Monster Mansion, which is cartridge number 8. This cartridge was released in 1982, 2 years after the launch of the cassette vision. And this is quite a good game. Why? Because it's in fact an adaptation of Donkey Kong, which was released in 1981. And when you take the cartridge, you see here, it's quite interesting because this is a late edition of the game, because there is a label, a sticker here that indicates the controls for the cassette vision and for the cassette vision junior. A fact which is interesting, that most of the CPU, in fact it's called microcontroller from NEC, are inside each cartridge and not in the console itself. In fact, if you open it, inside there's not much electronic. All the power of the systems are inside these microcontrollers, which serve as CPU but also generate the video and the sound. Okay, so let's plug the cartridge inside the system. As the games are in Japanese, I will read it very quickly to learn about the game and know how to play. Okay, yeah, it's not very difficult, so I understand it all. Okay, let's power on the console and see what happens. Okay, like I said, it looks a lot like a Donkey Kong clone. Now we see a building, you know, with different floors. It's exactly like Donkey Kong, so it's really a Donkey Kong clone, but adapted to the features of the console, which itself is quite limited. So it's very interesting to see what you see on the screen, because from the start where we tested all the games from the cassette vision, this is one so far one of the best game available for the system. But I don't really know yet because I haven't played it, but we're gonna play together and see if its gameplay is interesting too. So if I press the select button, see, I can change the game number. So game number 1, you've got 6 lives and the game pace is quite slow. But in game 2, you only got 3 lives and it's, well, faster, so more difficult. What is the story? So the player, the main player, you, is called Taro, and he must rescue his girlfriend Anako, which is on a top floor, abducted by the monster Ketobashi. So you got to climb 3 different floors, 3 different levels to rescue her. Well, we're gonna try to do that right now. So be sure I select game number 1, press start. Okay, so I start from the bottom right of the display, and with button 1 I must jump or climb different ladders. Each time I climb up or down a ladder, it changes color. And once I have changed the color of all the ladders, there is a 5th one appearing that I must take to reach the top floor. Of course, I must jump over barrels too, and then touch the wall. Yeah, right, first level finished. Now I'm going to floor number 2, which is a bit the same, but at the same time I've got to collect things attached to the top of the ceiling. And what is difficult here is that there is always a monster trying to catch me. So So I must avoid it and be careful, because when you see that I'm going through a different level, where he's trying to catch me, so it goes back on the side of the screen and try to appear on the side of the level where I am. So I must, at the same time, I must change the color of all the ladders, like on the first level, but also collect everything. Oh, I fell. Yeah, you die if you fell from floor. Okay, so let's do this again. See, you have to be very careful not to be caught by the monster. So I've got to let him approach me and then go down and catch this. Okay. Go down the last ladder. Wait for the monster, go up, catch the cross, and maybe kill the monster. Well, don't have the time. Okay, let's go up and touch the wall. Okay, quite easy. So now I'm going to the third level, the last one normally. And here you got to be very careful, because everything is here. The rolling barrels, the lights to catch, the ladder to change colors. Okay, I'm waiting for the monster to maybe take the cross and try to kill it. Oh, too late. But taking the cross does not prevent me from jumping over the barrels. And see, as I told you earlier, it's one of these games that are using the two buttons to go up and down, and this is quite disturbing. It's easier to play with a Cassette Vision Junior. It's more instinctive. All right. Let's take the cross, jump over the barrel, take the ladder, okay, and touch the wall. Yeah, the monster fall and I am reunited with my girlfriend. But then it goes over and over again, increasing the difficulty. Okay, let's try game number 2 to see if it's more difficult or not. Well, level 1 is a bit the same. Difficulty is not really increased because the barrels are not rolling that fast. It's fairly easy. I mean, so far. Maybe there are more barrels at the same time. Okay, level 2. Yeah, it's maybe more difficult because it looks like the monster is going faster. I don't know if it's just an impression or not, but looks like it. Well, that was easy. I'm going to level number 3. This should be more difficult. Oh, I'm dead. Well, it's not obvious that it's more difficult in game 2 mode. Well, I think we played enough Monster Mansion. What I think about the game, I think it's one of the best game available for the Cassette Vision so far. We got 3 games left to test for the next videos. Of course, if you have questions about this system, well, you can ask me in the comments. If you really want me to dedicate video in English about the different Epoch systems like I did on my French channel, well, ask me in the comments, and if there are enough people wanting it, of course I will do these videos if you're interested. Well, thank you to watch this video so far, and see you in the next one, maybe next week I hope, so stay tuned, bye.